So when it comes to car care, what do you think you actually spend the most time doing? Is it heavy paint sanding? Is it heavy paint correction, paint polishing? Is it even ceramic coatings? No, it's what we're about to do now. You are 97% of the time going to be doing the safest contact wash that you could ever do. Now in this video, I'm going to show you how to wash your car every single week without scratching. Now personally, right before I start washing my car, as you can see, I like to get all my things ready. My blower, my buckets are pre-filled, I've got my 2 foam cannons, I've got my drying head, I've got my car shampoo. Now, the reason I do this is because if the sun peeks out, or the wind picks up, or any kind of Mother Nature kind of curveballs that the weather kind of throws us, usually we run outside, we rub on cars, and that's where really scratches are made. It's just miseducated kind of steps that we take to hurry and rush a car. You do that long term, scratches begin to happen. Now I've got my 2 buckets pre-filled up, 1 hot clean bucket of water, that's my rinse. I've got my wash pad in here, 3/4 filled with water. Now again, all of this will be in preparation so I can get the car in and out super quick. I've got my car shampoo, good. We're gonna agitate it and make some suds. Everything is literally ready right now to go and wash the car in the safest, fastest way possible. And literally now, probably one of the most important steps that we as car people can ever do is get as much of the stuff off the car that we can before we actually do a physical contact wash. So high pressure rinse. As you can see, I'm working top down. That is because, you know, you don't want to work against yourself. So if I'm picking anything up from here, it's going to be rinsed down because I'm going obviously with the force of gravity, so I don't have to keep going back up and down just to make sure the panels are clean. Now at this point, we'll begin the product treatments that will be applied to the car's paint. Pre-wash stage, again, use common sense, people. You need to break the word down, the pre-wash before you wash. This step is probably one of the most crucial things that you could do. Now, another tip here, the goal here is not to look like you're having a seizure with the foam cannon. Don't do the erratic movements that you like to see on Instagram and YouTube. Have fun with it, be nice and steady, even coverage, and not like you're having a seizure. So, lay the foam down, whether you go bottom to top, top to bottom, really doesn't matter. As long as the foam covers the entirety of the car and begins to do its business, that's what you need to focus on. So while the foam is dwelling, you can then again start to prepare, you know, your nozzles, start moving the buckets out. You want to be given this, I mean, this is the perfect weather right now to be doing a car wash. It's quite warm for a March kind of season, so it's about 14, 15 Celsius, which for this time of year is a little bit unusual. That's why I'm in a t-shirt, okay? So while this is doing its business, prepare everything else, get it out, and we're going to do a pre-rinse. And then we're going to reapply, this time car shampoo for the contact stage, ready for the 2 bucket wash. So it's been around 5 minutes, time to get all the stuff that the water couldn't get off the car, ready for the contact wash. And now, here comes probably one of the biggest hacks, tips, tricks, top secrets that not many people know, that not many people use, but this step, especially if you've got a darker spectrum color of car that you're going to keep for a very long time, this is where you're going to see exactly the huge benefit to the paint. Now, 100 ml of wash, 900 ml of normal water, it's non-deionized. Now, at this point, you're going to put an inch of a safety buffer, of slickness on top of the car. So now you're going to have that buffer, like a cloud of just pure goodness between your wash pad and the clear coat. And this time, if you do pick a rock, twig, anything like that up, it should, in theory, all slide over a lot slicker than usual. Now, if you do make a mistake, this step is what's going to obviously help you. It's a get out of jail free card. And also, because we are coming into the summer months right now, on the car is non-deionized water. Now, every day that we get past this video, the temperatures keep raising and raising. Now, when we get into spring and summertime, the panel temperatures will be at least double to what the actual ambient temperature is. Now, this is ready to be used in the sun. Because this is a pH neutral formulation, this will actually balance out all the minerals on the car. So if this does dry, this is what you want drying on the car rather than normal water. Now, as you can see, I have got exactly half of the foam cannon left. Now, you can either dump it into the bucket to add extra slickness, or you could keep it for your next maintenance wash next week. Personally, I'm just going to keep it in there and it's going to work just fine. So the buckets are pre-agitated. Now, the most important thing, every time you see a panel, okay, and the lower you go down onto the car, this rule applies even more aggressively. I like to do half a panel twist wash pad, half a panel rinse. Now, in each of these buckets, what you will see is the grid guard. Now, the grid guard is what you're going to rub the wash pad over like this, okay? And that is now going to, because of these fins, it stops the swirling motion. Each one of these has got the grid guard. The fins will actually stop. Every time you do this, see, I'm making the water move. Now, the fins will actually stop the kind of cyclone action of the water, bringing all that dirt back up. So again, most of the heavy sediment and dirt and kind of road film that you're going to pull from the car is going to be right down at the bottom of the bucket. So like I said, every time you do a panel, you would do half of it, flip. Now, this is just in case you do pick something up. So again, I've just done this. I'm going to go right down to the bottom and I'm going to obviously rub it against the grid guard, wring out anything else. This is just adding these extra parameters of safety into your car washing step. Now, the reason you're doing half and flip, half and rinse is just in case you do pick anything up, you want to be obviously not dragging it further into the paint, thus damaging more of the clear coat. I get to here, I know I'm going down to the bottom, I'm flipping it. Again, no pressure, just let the product, let the wash pad do the business. You are literally the guide. That's all you're doing. So the car is now contact washed, ready for rinse, ready to be dried. All right, so now the real quick method is to blow dry the car before continuing to the safe drying aid method. Now, yes, this can dry the car, but during the summer months, you don't want to be stood here and doing this for like 30 minutes. No, you want to blow off 90% of the actual standing water, which is now, as you can see, in very tight beads. The car's very well protected. This is obviously going to make this job super easy. So blow it off as quickly as you can and then continue into the drying aid method. All right, so now this is what I call the super pretty steps. Now you've got a little bit of beads left, of course. Now this water is currently unfiltered. Now, when the sun starts peeking out, you don't want the sun to dry unfiltered water because you get what? Water spots, all right? So what I like to do, as I said, right now is perfect. You want to neutralize this water whilst adding slickness. So what you want to do, look what I'm doing. I'm doing a fine mist. I'm not stood here adding it like this because look, now it's just got a pool of water and it's just useless. But if you do this, just a fine mist, on the glass, everywhere. Now look, it's just now, everything that it touches, it's just neutralizing any remaining water. Any remaining water is now flying off the car. And also, the most important thing, you have just added now 1 micron of ultra slickness. So now, even the best custom manufactured towels in Korea are classed as a very low-key abrasive. Now, you do this once, is it going to scratch? No, but you do that a million times, you're going to start obviously causing friction between the paint and, of course, the towel, which is resulting in micro scratching. So this is called the drying aid method. This is where, with the double fold method, realistically, in my opinion, I think this is where in the bright direct sunlight of summer, spring, you get to see who is the real discerning individual. So towel number 1, it is theoretically your drying towel. Towel number 2 is more of a courtesy, and look at that. I know you can't feel this through the screen, however, the slickness right now, currently, is off the charts. Now, as you've seen through the rinsing steps, you can tell this car's protected. Now, another added benefit to the drying aid method is it actually maintains your protection. So right now, Glass Plus is getting fed the ceramic spray sealant, which I'm now wiping. That is the last sacrificial layer. That is currently getting fed, all in a safe manner. My friends, now the car is dry. That is your maintenance wash complete. Yes, you're going to dress the tires, you're going to hoover the interior, but in terms of the exterior, contact washing, and the one thing you can't scratch, obviously your paint, this is literally the pro way of washing your car every Sunday, theoretically, safely, okay? Over the many years that you're going to own this car, or whichever car that you have, you're going to see that it's deep, it's glossy, the clarity in the paint is absolutely unbelievable, and your people, your neighbors, your friends are going to say, John, Paul, whatever your name is, why is your car like so sharp? Because you've gone through the correct consequence of events and steps to make sure that the car is not getting scratched every single time, which is then diluting. This is the whole thing. The way the light hits the car and comes back, if the car's got perfect clear paint, the light's going to, or the sun, or whichever source of light that it is going to come back, and it's going to come back straight at you. Now, if your car's swirly and scratched and all these type of things, it's going to hit and it's going to go boom, 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 like 100 different ways, like a pyramid. And this is why cars seem dull sometimes. Obviously, that's why you see swirls and scratches. This is the pro way of washing the car. Now, I hope, again, this has been very informative. Please let me know your comments, your thoughts in the comments. And as always, guys, I'll catch you very soon on the next one. Thank you.